today of coming here to DSI and seeing one of the coolest technology rooms I've ever seen. So we have over here Scott Lutz, Vice President of Global Marketing. Hi, Scott.
Hello, Kevin. How you doing?
Good. Show us this place. Yeah. This is incredible. So let me swing around here. This is the customer, what is it called? Customer Center? So you got all these big screen TVs. You have your curtains that go down automatically from your iPad button.
Yeah, come around here.
Let's do that. So you have an iPad up here on the podium.
Yep. As you can see the...
So a button push on the iPad and all the curtains go up.
Exactly.
So what all does this control from this iPad?
We control here. The video wall that you see over there. In fact, if I want to turn on that television over there, I just press TV left. It's on Apple TV because we can beam, Apple screens and streaming things from our devices. But I'll say I want to put this on, a cable channel, one of our pre-designated cable channels, and it'll come up here in a second.
Wow.
These are all touch-screen, commercial-grade monitors. You can also write on them, etc. And then, of course, here's our video wall, which we can configure into multiple configurations here. So if I want to change the all 6 panels into a full screen, I can do that here just by going into our, there we go.
Wow.
Right, so now I've got the full screen. So you can imagine with a customer or a partner, you want to show, here's the main presentation, and then we go in, and now I'm 2 by 2 plus 2, we call it. So you can imagine showing a mobility app, an ERP system updating in real time, the actual IDE, our development platform, making the changes in real time, publishing it to whatever iOS device or Android or Motorola or whatever we're doing, and you can see that. And if we really want to get crazy, then we can take each one of these and change these into different.
So you were saying Apple TV does what? It controls the monitors all around?
Yeah, it's just like Apple TV at home.
Yeah, I've got that.
So Apple TV is interconnected to everywhere there's a video screen in our building, there's an Apple TV.
Wow.
And so if you're on, obviously, an Apple TV device, like your iPad or your iPhone, you can just swipe it and take it to Apple TV, and you can either be, if you need to be showing the actual app, we've got software that does that. But usually it's the classic stuff, a PowerPoint, right? A Word, a video, these types of things that you don't have to go through all the gyrations of putting on your PC and going through all those things, which you can do as well too. But
so this is a super cool facility to bring your clients. Now, DSI is brand new to the Gartner Magic Quadrant.
Yeah, as
it's first year.
First year, April. With Gartner consolidating all the various mobile parts and pieces, and their analyst services have the MADP Magic Quadrant, and we made a strategic decision last year that we were going to pursue getting on that quadrant.
Okay.
And so we did.
So, since it's your first year, does that most startups don't get there?
Well, most startups don't get there, but we're kind of like that 30-year-old startup.
Tell me about it.
Well, we're a 30-year-old company. And I can count on my hands how many 30-year-old technology companies in all of industry.
Yeah.
And you got, put IBM aside and those kind of guys, SAP, 35 years, right? Apple, 20-some years now, 30 years, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There's not many past that. So the interesting thing is we've got what I call a proverbial 30-year startup thing, where we've got all the momentum of operations.
Yeah.
My favorite line is, we know where the paper clips are at.
Yeah.
Right? So all of our focus can go into the product, into the market. We're not trying to start a business. The business is already going.
Okay.
Now let's take our products, to our customers. Let's develop new products and not worry about, the infrastructure underneath the business to get it
Very
going.
good. So tell me a little bit about the strategy of having a big customer center like this. What's the purpose of it?
Well, the purpose of it is to get, it's probably like any enterprise level sale. There's lots of constituencies on the client side. You've got IT, but increasingly, like we've talked about before, Kevin, line of business is involved now, C-level is involved now. You've got systems integrators. You've got the usual cavalcade of people that are now all focused on mobility. So you bring them into a room like this, you know, with the multiple displays, you can take care of different agendas, right? The developers can see the platform, the LOB can see the end result, et cetera, et cetera. And so increasingly we've got bigger and bigger people coming to this. That's number one. Here's the second thing. We've got 2,000 customers, and it reads like a who's who in business out there. And they're just now discovering what they've got from DSI as they are moving into the whole mobility side of the things. And so there's a lot of people who use our product at those companies. So they all need to come to Kansas City here and sit down and be briefed on, you know, here's the new capabilities of DC Link 7.7, you know, all the things that Gartner talks about that you need to find in your IDE. Well, here it is. And here's our consulting services. All our people are here. So
got it. So you guys invested in this whole big electronic high-tech room, which is so cool. And I see out there it's like wine bars and everything. What is that?
Follow me. That's all part of our reception area. But you know, increasingly, you know, you're always having to have, you know, whether you're having a seminar or you have a, you know, high-level client here, you want to be able to entertain. So that's why you put in a bar, and you got the refrigeration. We've got more monitors. Each of these are individually controlled, just like the ones in the customer visit center. And then the most important thing about this is space. You need space to work with when you've got lots of people coming around. You need places to talk, and this is what it's about. So it was one of the great requirements we put on our new headquarters when we moved in back in May.
That's very impressive. So let me ask you again: the electronics that you see all around here, back on the wall behind the receptionist, I should say, moving over here behind the bar, you have it on your window. All of this you can run from either an iPad or an iPhone?
Yes. Yeah. Everything is connected to Apple TV. Our controllers, just like the one you saw in the customer visit center, are all iPads. Follow me here. Let's see if we've got any interface has got an iPad on it. So iPad here, this is our Melbourne meeting room, and it's integrated into Outlook. And so all the meetings today will be here. And if you need to use it on the fly, you can hit there. Wow. And it stops the problem that's always that everybody knows in Outlook land, which is battling over a pre-reserved room. Was it really reserved? Did you reserve it? You know, is it confusing? And now that's, you know, one version of the truth now that's sitting on the conference room.
You know, Scott, this is incredible. I had never, you know, I look at industrial uses of mobile technology and white-collar uses of mobile technology, but I have never seen the hands-on demonstration of that running the whole facility just about.
This was, you know, Matt Regard, our CEO, this was his vision, that we kind of drink our own champagne, if you will. And part of that is embracing mobility from just a day-to-day, hour-to-hour type of thing. And, you know, soon we'll be, you know, running our own mobility applications, PO approvals, all that kind of stuff, because we're a business and we do all those things. And, you know, it's kind of the cobbler's children situation. The customers get all the beautiful, gorgeous stuff, and, you know, okay, we'll adopt it when we have time ourselves.
Yeah, well, I think this is pretty cool, because what it does is it paints a vision for me that, you know, right now you're controlling all the curtains in that entire room from your iPad, or and that machinery that raises and lowers the curtains could be anything. It could be starting the whole assembly line on a manufacturing floor.
That's just it. That's just it.
Yeah.
You know, especially when it comes to machine, M2M, which you've talked about a lot. That type of application integration, we've been doing that for 20-some odd years. We just didn't know it was a big deal. That, you know, our mobility platform talks to a hydraulic wrench. And it does, and it's doing it right now as we speak at our client, or it's talking to, you know, meters on a Caterpillar bulldozer that's monitoring hours run, and it's just beaming the data automatically to some guy walking through the field to gather all the maintenance information. I mean, it's part of our industrial background, right? We come from the industrial side of the business, which is about ERP. It's about real data. Yeah. People talk about big data. Let's talk about real data.
Right.
Right.